What's going on, guys? PlayStation has come out and officially apologized for the entire debacle regarding pre-orders with the PlayStation 5. But my question is, do they really mean it? And do you believe it? And on top of that, they went ahead and said that you can expect more pre-orders soon throughout the rest of the year. Really? Okay, guys, so yeah, here's the tweet right here that PlayStation put out a few hours ago. Let's be honest, PlayStation 5 pre-orders could have been a lot smoother. We truly apologize for that. Over the next few days, we will release more PS5 consoles for pre-order. Retailers will share more details. And more PS5s will be available through the end of the year. Yep, and there's the tweet. And, I got to give Sony credit for apologizing. At least they are owning up to this mistake. But are they apologizing for themselves or are they apologizing for the retailers? Because a lot of my commenters commented on my last video and made a very good point that a lot of these retailers went ahead and potentially broke embargo. Sony said that PlayStation 5 pre-orders would not be available until the next day. They said that right after the PlayStation event there last week. So that makes you wonder, did these retailers just go ahead and say, nah, we're pushing it now. We're going to be greedy. We need sales. Let's do it. And they just broke the embargo. Walmart, Target. Sorry, guys, it's something in my throat. And, a few other retailers, of course, as well. Amazon, as most of you guys know, didn't release their pre-orders until after midnight. Maybe they went ahead and followed the embargo rules. There was clearly an embargo rule going on here. If they said that it was going to be releasing the next day, then they must have went ahead and told the retailers to not push these out until the very next day. And apparently that rule was broken. Or was it? And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that right now, because Sony, of course, as you guys know, they haven't been honest with us before in the past. Okay, so let's formally talk about this for a minute here. They said that there's going to be more pre-orders available throughout the rest of the year regarding the PlayStation 5. However, there have been multiple reports saying that there are going to be limited quantities of the PlayStation 5 throughout the course of the year. Bloomberg made a report on it, which Sony did go ahead and deny through gamesindustry.biz later on, a few hours after that report came out from Bloomberg. So my question is, who's telling the truth when it comes to that story? Because someone clearly isn't. And based on the information that we've gotten from Sony saying that we were going to have plenty of time to pre-order our PlayStation 5, as far as getting a heads up, that makes me wonder if something more deep is going on regarding their pre-orders and regarding the amount of systems that they have available. It's very simple. It comes down to supply and demand. If you don't have enough supply for your PlayStation 5 consoles, then you're not going to be able to handle the demand, which is completely insane. This demand for the PlayStation 5 console is taking me way back to whenever the PlayStation 3 was initially launched and how impossible it was to identify and find one of those consoles. They were like trying to find a needle in a haystack. If that's the case with demand here, and I wouldn't be surprised, especially with the current situation and the circumstances that we are in with the COVID-19 pandemic, makes me think that it's going to be very difficult to secure one of these consoles still. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong before on things, of course. So, we'll just have to see what PlayStation comes up with, I guess, in the coming months and throughout the rest of the year. Now, going back to that tweet from earlier on, they did say that over the next few days that they will release more PlayStation 5 consoles for pre-order and that the retailers will be giving this information out. Hopefully these retailers go ahead, they tweet them out. I would go ahead right now, if you're not already, follow Walmart, follow Target, follow Best Buy, follow Amazon. Those are the 4 major retailers here in the US that you want to make sure you're following. In other countries, I know that Amazon is real huge, so definitely make sure you guys are following the Amazon account in your respective country. Additionally, you also want to make sure, I've mentioned in the previous video, that you're following Wario64, PS5 only, and Jeff Keighley. Those 3 accounts, those guys are definitely going to keep you informed of what's going on when it comes to the PlayStation 5 with these pre-orders and whenever new allocations, if there are going to be new allocations, if we are to believe Sony that they're going to be coming out. I'm going to take it that, yeah, there are going to be more coming out if they did go ahead and tweet this out publicly. And looking at the tweet now, it has well over 100,000 tweets. So, and it keeps on going. So, yeah, the word's already out there. You guys probably already know about this as you're watching this video. If you don't, well, now you know. And finally, addressing the last part of the tweet where it mentions that more PlayStation 5s will be available throughout the rest of the year. That is a bold statement. I mean, you have the holidays coming up. They're right around the corner. The PlayStation 5 is releasing on November 12th, as you guys know, at $499 and $399. A couple weeks after, here in the United States, you have Black Friday, where that is the biggest shopping day of the year here in the United States, where a lot of people go ahead and they do their holiday shopping. So, with that said, are they going to be able to, as I mentioned earlier on, are they going to be able to meet this supply and demand? Because when it comes to the supply, there is a huge question mark. But when it comes to the demand, the demand is finite. We know exactly what it's like. It's insane. So, will Sony be able to meet the supply-demand ratio? I don't know. It's something. That's a large percentage in my poll that I had a couple days ago of the people that still don't have a PlayStation 5 that saw that poll. That's a pretty large percentage. So I'm a little skeptical if they're going to be able to meet the demand, but only time will tell. I guess we'll just have to sit back and see what happens from here. And additionally, I forgot to mention, a lot of you new members that came over to the wrap-up squad made some really great points on the last video, mentioning that it could be Sony doing this, releasing these pre-orders early, randomly, for trying to avoid bots. And if you don't know what bots are, they're basically these programs that go ahead and make your order for you. They're automated computer scripts that go ahead and make your order for you. And all you have to do is click a button, it'll automatically run and purchase a ton of different consoles with pre-filled information, so you don't have to worry about going through the form, filling in your name, your address, your credit card information, all that. You know that takes up some time filling up that information. So that's what these bots do. They're really popular in the sneaker game apparently. A lot of people use them to try to cop new shoes and whatnot, new Jordans and everything. It'll be really interesting to see how the Xbox pre-order goes here coming this Tuesday with the Series X and the Series S, because Microsoft, they went ahead and they answered PlayStation after the whole debacle craziness that went down and formally announced the day and the time of when you can pre-order the Xbox Series S and X. So it's going to be interesting to see if there are bots out there and if these consoles for Xbox disappear like that. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see what goes down with that. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up this episode of the weekly wrap up. My new subscribers that came over, welcome to the wrap up squad. Thank you so much for checking out that previous video and smashing that like button and hitting that subscribe button. And additionally, hopefully you clicked on that bell. New viewers checking out this video, please do the same. Highly appreciate it. Content like this is being pushed out on the regular, so you definitely want to make sure you keep it locked right here on the weekly wrap up. I'm A to the P. Albert Perkins, and we'll see you in the next video. Until then, and as always, peace.